Yeah, that's an interesting question. It's something that Silicon Valley Bank has helped to really pioneer in many ways in terms of the idea of providing debt financing to early stage companies. Now, as an entrepreneur, I think it's very wise to look at what sources of capital are available. Obviously, equity is important, and you need that base, that foundation of equity capital to be able to give you the really the flexibility to start your business. And like any startups hardly go in a straight line, so you have to be prepared to make adjustments along the way, which always take more money than you think. But that being said, obviously equity capital is very expensive from a dilution perspective for the entrepreneur, meaning you have to sell a stake of your business to obtain the equity. So there are some things, logical things, such as perhaps equipment, if you're buying equipment, or working capital. So if you have customers, good customers, that are taking a little bit longer to pay you, but they pay you eventually. These are kind of conventional problems that can be solved by debt financing. And that's obviously a much cheaper form of financing for the entrepreneur than giving away or selling a bigger stake of your business. So in the US now, it's developed to the point where most entrepreneurs, once they raise venture capital funding, will also bring in some debt into the company. There's a form of debt for early stage entrepreneurs, Series A on, that people refer to as venture debt. And again, that's a more flexible form of financing that can be provided to early stage entrepreneurs, and it just gives you that balance between debt and equity. But for entrepreneurs here in Colombia and quite frankly in new markets where debt financing is not quite established as a form of financing, I guess I would suggest being careful around debt financing as well. If you can get it from your local bank at reasonable enough terms, then again, I think it's always smart to have a little bit of debt along with your equity because it's more efficient. However, you have to make sure that the lender that you're borrowing money from understands working with startups, and obviously if things require more flexibility, sometimes the lender, perhaps it's a local bank, they don't understand working with startups, they get nervous, and potentially they want to, they'll want their money back, which could cause a lot of problems. So a long way of answering your question, but I think it's smart when you can get some conventional debt financing. It adds to the efficiency of the capital that you're trying to raise, but again, not too much for startup companies, but as you grow, certainly bringing on conventional bank debt makes a lot of sense.